All right, Chapter 8, Lesson 8. Solve each equation, check your solution. Let's start with solving our equation. You can either divide by 6 or do your distributive property here. 6 times 3, I have 18m plus 18, 12m plus 12. 12m is smaller, so I'm going to get rid of that first. I have 6m plus 18 and 12. Now I'm going to subtract the 18 to get it away from the m. Negative 6 equals 6m. Divide by 6 on both sides. Negative 1 equals m. You could check that by plugging that back in. Okay, 1b. I'm going to start distributive property. 5n minus 15, 3n plus 21. 3n is smaller, so I'm going to get rid of it. 2n minus 15 equals 21. Add the 15 to both sides. 2n equals 36. Divide by 2. N equals 18. Okay, these ones we have distributive property and we're going to have to simplify. So I'm going to start on the left. I'm going to do my distributive property first. Negative 6r. Negative 2 times 4 would be negative 8, so I'm going to treat that like minus 8. Negative 5r minus r would be negative 6r minus 8. Now, you may notice they're exactly the same on the left and the right. If I'm going to add 6r, I'm going to have negative 8 equals negative 8. So we call this an identity because any number that we put in for r will work. Because negative 8 equals negative 8, since this is a true statement, we call this an identity. Now, when I go over to 12b, we'll start with our distributive property. 14 plus 8w, 32 plus 8w. Okay, so here, you might notice when I subtract the 8w from both sides, I get 14 equals 32. That is not a true statement. So this is a null or empty set because nothing will make this a true equation. There are no solutions that work because 14 does not equal 32. Okay, we have some inequalities just to practice inequalities with distributive property. So I will start with distributing that 4x plus 8. I have 3 is less than. I'm going to subtract that 8. Negative 5 is less than 4x. We divide by the 4. You can leave it as negative 1 1/4 or negative 1.25 is less than x. Remember, for our check, we'd pick an x that's bigger than negative 1.25. You could use something like 0. So if I check, I'm going to pick a value that's greater than negative 1.25. I'm going to probably pick 0 because I think that's easiest. 0 plus 2 would be 2. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 is in fact less than 8, so our check would work out. Here I do my distributive property. 4b minus 12 less than or equals 72. Adding our 12 here. 4b 84, divide by 4. Oops, I lost my less than or equal to. Less than or equal to 21. Okay, just a refresher of graphing on number line, variables on both sides. Let's do our distributive property. Negative 2k minus 2 is greater than negative 16 plus 5k. Negative 2 is smaller, so I'm going to add that 2k to both sides. Negative 2 is greater than negative 16. Now plus 7k, because 5 plus 2. I'm going to add that 16. 14 is greater than 7k. Divide by the 7. 2 is greater than k. When I go down to my number line, 0, 1, 2, 3, open dot, and 2 is greater than, k would be smaller. So thinking of what values I would put in here, our line needs to go to the left here, because 2 is greater than 0 would make sense. Over here, distributive property, 3p minus 18, 2p plus 5. I'm going to subtract that 2p from both sides. 5 is greater than or equal to p minus 18. Go ahead and add that 18 to both sides. 23 greater than or equal to p. We are going to have a closed dot because that or equal to line. P is less than or smaller. So again, we're going to the left. I hope this has helped.